Hi there, I'm Sian Reeves. Welcome to Who Cares? This is a YouTube channel for you, real people and professionals, to discuss caring, a chance to be listened to and to be heard, to share some small victories, some little wins. 600 people a day are leaving their work to become carers. 1 in 5 of us are doing over 50 hours a week of unpaid care, which equals £184 billion a year, which is a whole other unfunded NHS. Who cares? I do. Today I'm talking to Peter and Pam Appleyard in Bridge. Hello guys!
Hello everybody. Hi.
Thank you so much for joining me today to talk about caring. I'll just quickly tell everybody that I know Leah because I met her at the London Palladium, and I tried to get her to come and be a dance teacher at my drama school that I was starting. And then we've become friends, and she's an actress and a performer and is writing a brilliant musical that I am helping her with. And then she said to me, "Oh, my grandma and grandpa would be great at talking to you about this." So here we all are. So thank you for giving up your Monday morning. How are you today? You all right?
Fine,
yes, we're good. We're good.
So let's start, if we may, with your mum then, Peter, because that's what Leah was saying to me, that you had to care for your mum quite a lot, didn't you?
Yeah. Yes.
So did she suddenly get poorly, or was it a shock? Was she gradually getting poorlier and you were like, "Oh, we need to do more work"? How did it all start?
It was like gradual. It kept coming on, and she started repeating herself all the time, and it started to get on my dad's nerves.
Asking
questions all the time, and it was just it weren't a pleasant thing to see that my mum, she couldn't remember
how to
do things in the house, and that's when my dad virtually took over, you know.
And was he working at the time, your dad? Were they quite young when this happened?
No.
My mum was...
It was in about 1995, so, and she passed away when she was
84.
And she had it for, we think, about 17 years.
Oh. And
from really starting with the little signs at the beginning. Yeah.
Do you think if you'd have known what to look out for, like it's much more talked about now, isn't it? Did she have like a dementia then? Is that what we would call it now?
Just the beginnings of it, and it lasted for quite a while, didn't it?
Yeah.
You know.
So this is how it became really tiring, because you all had to start living with a condition. Like you said, your dad got fed up because he was having to repeat everything, and was she getting forgetful?
Yeah.
She didn't. It's difficult. Let me put a piece of paper.
I don't know. Can I read that?
I'm struggling for my words here. Sorry, love.
Oh no, it's okay. Sometimes it's hard to, it's emotional for you to go through this journey again.
Yeah.
Can I just say that Peter's sister, she was the main person who really took over, didn't she?
Yeah.
She's older.
She's older than Peter, but it affected everybody, especially with having Robert as well to look after.
Yeah.
And Robert's your brother, Peter.
Yeah.
So this is in the family then, the dementia, do you think?
No. My dad was all there with his faculties, sort of thing. It was art, and one of the old school is probably when they were younger. We're going back quite a few years. He weren't eating the right thing, and he got cholesterol and finished up having a massive heart attack. This is this is when we got home in
2000.
in 2000. This.
So this is your dad. So do you think he got poorly from eating badly because he was looking after your mum?
No, it's just general. My dad was,
I think old school,
You know.
they used to.
yeah.
So, I mean, the thing then with your mum, so were you having to go round more often and help? I mean, were you literally on your own looking after her? Is that, there was no carers, there was nothing like that then?
No, not at the beginning.
No, she kept ringing Pam up to, saying, "Where's my dad? I think he's gonna left me,
Because they were in hospital.
He was in hospital.
Ah, so
He
she
had
couldn't...
2 times in hospital. First time it was an aneurysm, and then after that it was a different story. I'm just, if I can just go in. Before my dad died, he was like main carer, and he was not a well, suffered a heart problem. My sister and I looked after him and Pam. And Mum started with dementia in 95-ish. And first of all, she was repeating herself, not being able to remember things, not being able to do things in the house. And Dad had to take over the cooking and everything else. And with the help of the family, we took him. I don't know, I'm going too fast, but we took him to hospital with my sister.
No, you want me to say?
What?
Do you want me to say?
Yeah.
No. Well, we had to take her for an assessment, and it was into the hospital, and it was like a room with lots of people, like the same, and he couldn't handle it, Dad, and he said, "No, she's not going through this," and he took her home, and he said, "I'm going to look after her." So that's how he wanted it. So Sylvia, she dealt with all the social workers and etc. But eventually, the social worker did say to Sylvia, "Now look, your mum's going to have to go into a home because it's taking a toll on your dad, and it's gonna, it's not going to last very long if not." So that's what sort of happened, didn't it?
Yeah.
And do you think, was that the saddest thing for you for that to happen, or was it the best thing because of your dad not managing?
What do you think?
I don't know. It was sad thinking about my dad. He couldn't cope,
Yeah.
I think it was the best thing for her.
The best thing for her.
To be looked after, and that we knew she was safe.
Yes, safety is a big thing. And a big thing is the food. Suddenly the man, and I don't know whether your dad was good at cooking and cleaning and all that, but suddenly, he's got to start making 3 meals a day, changing the beds, doing all the laundry, all the clothes, the shopping, and that's not really the role. It's like my uncle now. He doesn't know how to make 3 meals a day. He just doesn't. Even my dad can only boil an egg, And so is it was he okay then, your dad, once she went into the home, or did that break him up? Because often they just want to stay together.
I think
He missed having her there, but they used to have fallouts like everybody does, I suppose. And he couldn't wait to go to the hospital, to the home.
To see her.
To see her. And it finished up, he were going up so often that he were going up for his meals at dinner time with him.
Yes, he'd probably eat better there.
Yeah. And it was strange.
But you said at first when he started doing the meals at home, that triggered your mum because she usually did the cooking.
Yeah, she would always. Then she forgot how to do it. She couldn't even start using the oven, you know.
Yes.
Some
Forgetting how to
things
switch
like
it on.
leaving the gas on and things like that. You know.
Yeah, so safety-wise, you know, that's the thing, isn't it? Who can stay up the latest to switch everything off and make sure everything's switched off before your loved one goes to bed? You can't lock them in their room, you know, and leaving taps on and things like that. This is what we're going through with my auntie. She's going down, stays up really late because she doesn't realise that she should be going to bed. But my uncle's gone to bed because he's exhausted. And then he comes down and things have been left on, which is a danger. Luckily, they're safe at the moment. But so did you go to the home as well and visit your mum?
Oh, yeah. But another thing, it's sort of like grease you when you've been there and seen her. To start with, she was eating well, and she put a good bit of weight on, and she went a tall woman, and
Tiny, weren't she?
yeah, and then
She was always smiling.
yeah,
When we saw her then, it seemed to changed her in a way. There's a lot of other people in the same condition as her there, and she seemed to. But she did. We used to go as a family on a Sunday and all sit round, and then trouble was when we all were going, she thought she was coming with us. You know, it were hard.
Coming home.
Then she thought she'd get ready to come as well. But
Yes,
yeah.
to come home with you. So do you think it was more heartbreaking for you guys? I remember visiting mine my grandparents in a care home, and I just thought it was the end of the world. I wanted to bring them home with me. You know, they were just in a room with a couple of their choice items from their house to make them feel like it was their home. Is it harder, do you think, for the visitors, for the carers?
yeah.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
And were you happy with the home? Was the home all right?
Yeah, it was fine, wasn't it? Yeah. Yes.
They were friendly, and then they stopped like communicating with each other in the home. They just got worse, and you know,
just shut down a bit, don't they, as they get older?
different organs shutting down,
and then they don't talk as much.
Well, I think this is the problem, isn't it? You know, you need activities, I think, in care homes. You shouldn't just be dressed and that's enough and fed. You need things to do. Stimulation, and not just, relying on your daddy going every day. You know, that's not enough, because this is my plan, is to keep everybody in their homes, so that they're doing little jobs every day and meeting people every day, so that they're communicating, because once that stops, all your muscles in your mouth go. You don't want to be bothered to eat because you're not doing as much. You're just sitting in a chair all day. It's a difficult one, isn't it?
Yeah. My mum used to do. Go on.
No, I was just going to say, now you said you were looking after your brother as well.
Yeah.
Yes, he's had a few health problems. He's always been on a lot of tablets, and he did work. He worked for
Sheffield Corporation,
the council, in a special group of people. Special
needs.
And he worked until he was, 60.
Yeah.
60, and. But his health deteriorated, and he had heart trouble, and his autism seemed to get worse, didn't it? Not good in a lot of company. It gets annoyed with a lot of noise. And then I think he ended up having a carers a couple of times a day. Then he got into hospital. He his blood pressure went down, and he ended up having to go into hospital a few times. And each time he's come out, he's got over it, but as he's come out each time now, is a bit worse. But this last time, I think he must have had some sort of a little seizure or something, because he's never really got over it.
And so does he have carers now coming into his house?
Well, before this last episode in hospital, he had carers 4 times a day because he couldn't manage his meals and his tablets. And as the family, I took him out every Thursday. We saw him every Sunday. Sylvia, she went alternate Sundays. He used to come for his dinner, but then he used to get as he didn't want to come. And then lately, more recent, he got us, he couldn't walk. It was just, I don't know what
he can't stand up himself. He's got like a Zimmer frame there for him to stand up, and then they've got to tell him how to turn round.
Right,
to face
he's forgetting
his bed.
all of that.
His chair, it's forgotten.
So he can't do much at all now. And that's after last time when he came out of hospital, he went into respite, and then from there, he had to go into home because there's no way he could have been looked after in his own home. So that's where he is now.
Who organised all that then? Was that up to you, Peter and Pam, to organise a care home for him and his carers as he slowly got more poorly?
Sylvia is very up in all looking after that side of, and he had a social worker from the hospital.
They wanted him out, didn't they?
Well, he was better than he had been, so they need the beds. So he went into this respite, which was part of a NHS home, some rooms that they had in a home, and he was there for about 6 weeks.
Yeah,
about 6 weeks, and the lady who found beds from the hospital, she helped us to find him a place in a nursing home. So he got refused from a couple because he wasn't able enough to move about. So now he's in this one where it is more like him. Well, a lot of them have got dementia, but he's got, like, we're not sure, something that's happened in his brain that's affected him. But he can talk, but some days he's better than others. And,
so did you feel that you were supported in the hospital, or was there just one person that took a liking to you, that helped you get him into the right place? Because that's, a lot of work, isn't it? Organising carers 4 times a week to start with, or 4 times a day. That's a lot of work for you guys to organise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Sylvia did the shopping to get it in, to get all his shopping in for the week, and
yeah. Well, the carers, he had carers before, and it was like from the council.
Yeah.
But then that changed, and we weren't as happy with the new set of carers that they had provided, the company. So we did find one for ourselves. We just contacted them ourselves and had interviews with them, and then decided, yes, okay, and they said, okay, they'd look after him. And there were a lot of younger people, mostly, were all ladies, weren't they? Yeah. All girls. And he used to like it at first, but then as he's deteriorated in his health, they just came in and made his meals, just had a chat, give him his tablets. But then he
That's
was
it.
on
The
his own.
medication's important, isn't it? Because you won't remember to take that. So even if it's just a reminder for the medication and a meal, then that's enough. But it seems that a lot of the carers aren't the same type, the same people, and then I think that's quite unsettling for your loved one, because it's not the same person coming into your home, is it?
No.
I think he liked it when it was. There was a couple of the girls that he liked because they were more chatty and talk to him and.
Yeah. Well, we don't all get on with everybody, do we? We just get on with certain people, make us happier. And that's the hardest thing, I think, allowing someone into your home and feeling comfortable with them enough to let them be in your kitchen and make, be in your castle. Our homes are our castles, aren't they? So it seems like you've had such a lot of worry with your mum then, all of you, the whole family, and then now your brother. And do you think that the council, like you said, you interviewed some people? I didn't know you were allowed to do that.
Well, no, we got sort of interviewed. We looked online for the for home
Help kind of thing.
caring companies.
So this is a private company that you've gone for.
Yeah, it's not by the council. No, it was a private.
So even that is very expensive per hour, isn't it?
Yes.
Like 30 to 40 pounds an hour sometimes.
I'm not sure, I can't remember exactly what it was, but Sylvia, she always
sorted it out.
That.
Yeah. But you as a whole family are talking, I suppose, all the time about what's the best thing to do for Robert.
That's right.
And it is wearing when you were worrying about someone, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it's
are there any sort of top tips or things that you'd have done differently with your mum or for Robert now? Any advice you might have for other people starting on this journey or in the middle of it?
No. Well, you originally went to Sylvia said Alzheimer's Society was very helpful, and you went to.
Yeah, I went to this meeting. Someone said, "No, would you like to go?" And because I couldn't take it on board. I was so upsetting to go and see what my mum was like, and then when I went there, and there was about 10 people in a room. And they're similar to what we are. There were no people who we were caring for there. It was just for people like us who was sort of caring. And they were going, and what experiences have you been having? And they were going round everybody to find out. Well, so one of them said, well, we found out that my mum had got loads of money, and she used to store it round the back of the wardrobe on sellotape. And like my mum, she was when she was in the home, she was collecting shoes, slippers. They weren't hers.
Yeah.
And it's like going like with Robert. We had a situation where he was on all this medication, and this was before the carers came on board as such, and we were putting them out in nomad things like, and Robert, you take this in so and so, and you take this, and put them in egg cups for him, like, to just take them.
Yes.
Not Robert. He started taking them all at once, all the medication, and he finished up in hospital, Northern General.
No.
He he overdosed. He was like hallucinating, weren't he?
Yeah.
He could see. He says, "They're cutting all them trees down over there." They're not, Robert. They are. And it started getting
seeing
worse.
things.
And they had to wean him off them. and then we need to start doing something different.
I think that's when carers came in, didn't it?
Yeah.
That was quite a long time ago. Because he were working until he were on his own in home and working, and having carers at night just to make him his tea, wasn't he, originally?
Yeah.
Thank you for listening to Who Cares with me, Sian Reeves. And today we're speaking to Peter and Pam Appleyard in Outybridge. If you're enjoying listening to Who Cares, please subscribe. And if you want to get in touch and share your story, please do. I'd love to hear from you. So the group that you went to then, Peter, you didn't find that helpful?
I did.
Did you? Oh, you did?
I did.
Because you all were able to talk about your experiences with your mum and everybody else's experiences, and that. What did that make you feel then?
Well, I was saying to Sylvia, my sister, that she couldn't handle going and talking about all this. Like she got it in a mind, Sylvia. She knew what, but I couldn't handle it. But it turned out it did help me, going to these places. And then I sort of like got I took on board as much as I could, and then I started. Something else happened, and I stopped going. But I got to being able to accept seeing my mum as she was, Yeah. And
so
the thing is, when anything happened, like my mum, it was a blessing when she passed. And when you come to think about it, you're having so long with your mum there that, when she passed, I'm not being nasty, but when she passed, it was just a relief.
Because she hadn't been your mum for a long time,
exactly.
It seems.
Yeah.
So you'd say
your mum's there in looks to start with, and then they start deteriorating. That's where it's really hard,
Yeah.
And did she not recognise you and things?
Yeah.
So you'd say perhaps the caring group is a really good idea then.
Yeah,
It's not it is a group for the carers to go and talk about what you're going through, talk about how you're feeling. I mean, I didn't know that that's why I sort of started this YouTube channel, because it seems that people really want to talk about how lonely it is, how hard it is, financially hard, people giving up jobs to care for their loved ones. And so I didn't even know there was a group. Was it nearby?
It was in Sheffield, yeah.
So not too far for you to go to. Who suggested that? Was it Sylvia?
No, it was somebody from the nurses. So I thought about going down there. I don't think it's going down there now.
No, I don't know.
But.
Because I think what's interesting about this conversation is that it's the carer, who have struggled with your journey with your mum and now this journey with your brother. And although your sister is helping a lot and seems to be very on it and good about managing, sorting things out, it's the emotional toil, I think, that it takes on the carer. And that's what we need to do, is because you're always taking your loved one to the doctor, taking your loved one to an activity, taking your loved one somewhere safe, and people are not forgetting about the carers, but they're not really number one, are they? And that's what we need to try and readdress, because if you can keep the carers healthy and well, then you can manage to look after your person then, can't you?
Yeah.
Better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you've got information and if you've got the energy, I mean, I was talking to someone the other day and she'd already done like 3 loads of washing, got her husband up and dressed and fed, got herself up and dressed and fed, taken the bins out, and it was only 10 o'clock, and it's such a lot of work, isn't it? And the financial and the mental worry all the time. It seems to me that you've been so worried about your people and knowing what is the right thing to do.
Yeah.
What else might be a good tip? I mean, you're in the countryside, aren't you? So cars are essential to get everyone around, aren't they?
Yeah.
Can you think of anything else that might be helpful to people in the same position or these days about better ways of doing things? Like, did you go to coffee mornings like once a week? That's what I'm trying to set up.
No, we didn't. We didn't go to anything like that. We just.
Robert started going to a place.
With Robert's carers, they did start to take him. Obviously, we had to pay extra for him to take him to out for a coffee, and they had where their offices were. It was like also a cafe, and so they used to take him there, and he did play dominoes with another gentleman that was going there, and he had his a sandwich and a coffee. So
See,
that
as you
was
say,
once a week while he
and
was
that
able.
made him better, did it? Did it make him a bit...
I think he did like to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did.
Because he's
A bit
communicating. It's something to do. It's something that's making your brain think about. Dominoes is great. I hadn't thought of dominoes for ages, actually.
Well.
Yeah.
And
Likes drafts.
And drafts.
Checkers sort of thing.
Drafts. And he did go to play. Sylvia took him across the road. They do have a centre where they do something not far, just across the road, but they were playing darts, weren't they?
Yeah.
But he didn't want to go.
But
After a
Darts
couple
is
of times-
dangerous.
Well, you would think so. Point him in the right direction.
Yeah.
But I think there were too many people, and he didn't.
I can't.
He didn't
He's all
want to
right
go.
on a one-to-one, Robert. If we're in a conversation in the room, if there's three of you,
He gets it, yeah.
and you get talking about, I haven't seen anybody for a while, he gets saying silly things. What comes out in his head?
So he got in conversation, so we had to be mindful of that. But that was then. But no, so he won't go again. He went about twice. So that was that.
That was because everybody's journey is so unique, isn't it? And everybody is so different. So it's difficult to find something that's going to be great for 20 people, 30 people. But even like a coffee morning where you can come with your loved one and perhaps talk to other carers about, I've had a terrible morning, he wouldn't do this. I mean, a big problem is eating. Making your loved one eat is a very big problem.
That's true. Yeah, they that's what we're having with him now, isn't it? Just trying to get him to eat. But it's such a better, I think, with the carers in the home than with us.
Yeah.
Sylvia can get him to eat more. He'll say, I've had enough, and then she'll say, leave it for a little bit, and then she'll start again and say, come on, and then he'll eat a bit more.
What's evident, I think, is that it takes such a lot to look after just one person.
Yeah.
And, I've heard stories of, homes where they just take the sandwich in and they just leave it there, and then they don't eat it because they're not being encouraged to eat. And then the homes are saying, oh, well, they weren't hungry.
Yeah.
But we all know that they've just
right.
forgotten how to eat, and they've forgotten that they need to. So to get this one-on-one care is obviously costly, isn't it? And how do you get carers in a home to say, no, you've got to sit there and help them?
Yeah. Well, when Pete's mum, we didn't have to pay that. It was funded, wasn't it, by whoever council or something, but not this time with Robert. So it's that's a worry. With
how much? Yeah, how long is he going to live, and how much is it going to cost?
Yeah. Because he has, savings and that, but with the actual cost of a home, it's not going to last very long, is it?
It's like 1,200 a week.
Wow.
It's very expensive.
Wow. That's
Yeah.
Over 4,000 a month to
keep him well.
to keep him looked after. And
it'd be cheaper. A friend of mine's mum is in a hotel.
Yeah.
And do you know what's better about the hotel is that the staff, I know, well, I suppose that you're paid in a care home to look after people, aren't you? But in a hotel, it's like, oh, can I get you just a little boiled egg then? Yeah. And then she gets a boiled... It's almost like she's being looked after better in a hotel in Scotland than in a care home, and it's cheaper.
Yeah. Some of the others were cheaper, which were... People were more able-bodied than this one, where he's having to be sort of a bit more nursed.
A 2-to-1.
Yes, because he's forgetting where he is.
He can't do really anything for himself now.
Yeah. And so that is such a strain on you guys as well, financially, all of you, to think how long is this going to last?
Yeah. But I weren't thinking that. I was just thinking, like, seeing him, his quality of life. He ain't really got one now. And which is the best way forward? You're thinking, if it, I don't want him to yet, but if it passed, you feel
it was better.
Relief will go off your mind then,
Yeah. Well, that's another big topic, isn't it? About talking about maybe when you're 60 or when you're well, to say, I'm going to be 60 in May. Should we all sign something to say, if I'm not well and I can't do this and I can't do that, then the whole assisted dying thing is, that Esther Ranson's been pitching for. Yeah. It makes me think now, because we're living such long lives, that if we made this decision when we're maybe 60 and well, if this all goes, then let's stop it all now, because everything you've worked hard for, all your money that you've saved, that's all going to be spent on care. There's going to be nothing to pass on to your grandchildren, because it'll all be spent on care. And that doesn't seem right, does it? Not if it's not a good quality.
But I wouldn't wish that.
No. I weren't thinking that. It's just that it's the same in my mind. It's the same as when we lost my mum. Now, going back to what I was saying, it's seeing them going through what it's like, no quality of life whatsoever, and like I felt easier when my mum passed.
For her as well,
because she wasn't just like a doll in the finish.
You went to see her, didn't you, Leah?
Yes. I was tiny, so I was begging, because I kept wondering where everyone was going on a Sunday. So I begged to go, but I went, but I didn't quite enjoy it, so I left, because obviously I didn't understand. For a young person, you don't understand what dementia is, do you?
No.
But I did meet her, so I'm glad I pushed for it, because I was like begging to go, and I couldn't understand why no one would let me go.
No one would let you meet your great grandma.
Your
great grandma. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I'm glad I got to go in the end, but I can understand why no one wanted me to go, because it's such a difficult environment for tiny people,
Yeah. I think it's a difficult environment for everyone, and what I'm noticing mostly from this chat is that your grandpa, Robert, is really emotionally upset and troubled by this whole thing that happened to your mum. It hurt you and it upset you. And now you're seeing something similar possibly happening to your lovely brother. And it's emotionally draining, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
And you, Pam, I think women perhaps are more trying to be more practical and sort out situations.
Yeah, that's right.
But then you're worried that Robert's upset, and it's the whole family's on a spiral of worry.
Yeah.
When you've been there to see him, you're sort of upset for the rest of the day. It's sort of on your mind for the rest of the day. So, I used to go see him most days because we were nearest to where he lives, just for make sure he was all right, even though he had his carers come in.
Yes.
But now we try not to go as often because I don't know if it upsets him or not, but it upsets upsets you, don't it, more than it upsets me. But you can know he's in the right place.
Yes.
Well, if you go on a Sunday, you feel awful when you've come back to see what he's like, and like I go in the week time, I go in I just feel the same. It really it knocks you for six, really.
Knocks the stuffing out of you.
Yeah.
And also, it's the financial worry of how expensive it is. Is this the right place for him? He's obviously not really getting any better. Is there anything that can be done to help him at all?
No.
No, this is
It's just a matter of he's had a couple of episodes now where something's happened up in his head, and he can't even. He could remember to stand up before, but he can't now.
Yeah, it does remember, like when you talk about family in past and that, doesn't he? And he
likes to reminisce a bit.
Yeah, we try to get him remembering other family members and things that we've done, and I cannot. Yeah, and he does.
We used to take him to places and take him out for a meal or something like that. But the thing is, if he's not getting the full attention, he starts showing off. He
did. Yeah.
Saying stupid things, and I can't help it. He can't help it, but all said and done, it's his health, his illness. So we just don't bother taking him.
Well, he's not able to go anywhere now, is he?
No.
Yeah, but you did try to start with.
You
did put your. I think that's what you've got to remember as a carer is that you've done good things. You've been kind. You've given up your time. You've gone. You're still going and being kind. And that's all that you can reward yourself with, I think, really, isn't it? To know that you're doing your best, you've done your best. But it's really interesting talking to you because this isn't a side that I've talked about yet with people, how troubled they are by it and how it is hard. Just so hard, even though he's somewhere safe now and he's okay, but it just upsets you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the hardest thing to deal with, isn't it?
Yeah.
So just when you go and just see the people just all sat around in the chairs nothing.
And he's complaining if the girl, the lady at the side of him in a wheelchair, she's a bit far gone that way, and she's shouting and all sorts. And I walked in. He says, "Peter, get her to shut up." I said, "I can't do that, Robert." I said, "She's poorly."
That's one thing I can't do for you. I can take you somewhere else. I can get you into another room. So that's the thing, isn't it, with the homes? They're with other people who are poorlier or better off. So that again seems to be like a really bad balance of where do you put everyone? Because as I go back to it, everyone's so unique in there. There's 200 types of dementia as well. You know, I mean, you just, and some days, as you say, they're better than others as well. So how do you gauge that? How do you, and one person can't do it alone at home, which is what your daddy did for your mum, which was incredible. Even now I've got friends whose parents are determined to look after their partner, not have people in. They don't want anyone in helping. If they do come in, they don't let them do anything.
That's all right. Yeah.
So how do you get the help? It's so hard. I think you've done incredibly with, you know, coping with your mom and now your brother, and what a lovely family that you've got up there, you know, and your sister. It's communication, isn't it?
Yeah. Going back to my mum, well, she'd been in the home a few years, and then I was in Rotary Club, you know, and we went round at Christmas time singing, and I got my mum trying to sing, and you know, you take them sheets, but they can't understand it. But the tunes are still there. And,
Yes.
you know,
They
and
can remember it, can't they, and sing.
And we went to this one and this other home. It weren't where my mum were, and someone said, "Get off home, you silly buggers." You know, they said what they thought.
Yeah.
You know, but other people were happy, but this
Person wasn't.
this person wasn't.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, that's what I was going to say with your brother, actually. I'm a big advocate for music and singing. And even if, like, M4D Radio is this great station where you can choose 40s, 50s, 60s or 70s music. And if you put that on, you can get it you know, anywhere. Put it on before, as you go in, it starts to really relax the mind, starts to calm down, start to think of happy memory. I mean, if we think what we're like when we hear a lovely song that's our favourite tune, like you two might have a song from your wedding maybe that makes you go, oh, it's a lovely feeling, and it opens a back door in the brain which enables speech. So on a bad day, if you can put it on your phone, or I don't know how tech wizards you are, take a radio in.
Not
tech wizards.
She looks after me.
She's your technical wizard. What a gorgeous girl. But music is a brilliant way of, and I keep saying to my uncle, go in and sing, you know, 1, 2, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, rock, anything. It just goes, your brain goes, and you remember something lovely, and it's very good for people with with dementia. It really is. Guys, it's been so nice speaking to you today, and thank you for sharing something that is obviously deeply upsetting for you. And that's really brave of you to share that and be honest about how upset it's made you, especially a boy. Boys don't often say how they're feeling.
No.
And I think that's really good to just go, oh, it makes me feel awful and I just don't know how to help. By saying that, you're unloading and helping us understand how to deal with you for the rest of the day. Take him out for some pancakes.
I hope you can, really take it off and get a lot of help from other people, you know, and see if there is any funds out there, and just let us know. Just send us a few checks over.
Well, I mean, to help with your brother, you're in a real catch-22 situation there. You know, he's young and it's difficult, and you should look for some nice B&Bs, I'd say. Have the radio blaring in his room, and then he's got someone making him a great breakfast every morning, making sure he's down between 9 and 11, or else there'll be no food for the rest of the... You know, it seems to be in a hotel where they seem to look after you better than a care home.
All right.
Yeah.
So there's got to be, and 4,000, it's over 4,000 a month. You wouldn't be paying that in a 2-star hotel. And they've got the heating on, they've got the telly all day, 1-to-1. Some would be grateful for $2,000 a month, I think, in a hotel, regular payments. You could cut it in half.
Yeah.
And also then, you've not... Sorry, Pam. Sorry, I didn't hear you then.
It's just, I think it's mostly paying for all the help with the the nursing side of it. And,
yes, they add all that on, don't they? The extras.
If you do want something now. No, I mean, that's why they cost so much when you need more nursing. But yes, if you want hairdressers or chiropodist or anything like that, it'd be all
It's all added on. Or even ironing a shirt.
Oh, I don't know about that. I think that's in with it.
You get that. Well, I would hope so for that much money. But thank you so much for talking to me today.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you.